So again, another unexpected treat with Naruto getting this little one-off spin-off chapter that basically was done, if I'm correct, for the Boruto movie. It was like in honor of it, the day Naruto becomes Hokage. And one of the things that jumps out at me immediately is what happened in this chapter with Himawari. You gotta think for a second right here. Just put your mind around this. If this little girl that she's what, 5, we'll give it 8 possibly at the max, but I think she's like 4 or 5 years old. If she, even if it's a sneak attack, even if he was caught off guard, it was a surprise attack, whatever you want to call it, a 5-year-old or even less or around that age took out Naruto, the legendary 7th Hokage. If this little girl can do that at that particular point, what could she possibly be in the future if she actually becomes a true full-on shinobi? Because, I mean, granted, first of all, activating the Byakugan, which I know there's some discrepancies because some people say, no, the Hyuga's supposed to be born with that. What do you mean activated this and that? I think because the Hyuga genes are mixed, because almost all the Hyuga, if I'm correct, they all just mix within each other. You know, it's Hyuga, they stay within their race. So the fact that they're mixed with Naruto Uzumaki and as well as Minato's genes, you know, it gives a little bit of a difference so they don't automatically be born with it, so to speak. It's kind of like mixing Saiyajin DNA or whatever. They don't immediately have that same drive and power, but ultimately they could achieve it at some given point. And speaking of that, honestly, to me, Himawari just seems like Kishimoto figured out how to do some good-ass and interesting female characters with Sarada, the Naruto Gaiden manga. She owned that shit like a boss. And then Himawari. It's like, why the fuck do we have to stop here, man? If Kishimoto or the studio or whatever the case may be decide to continue this, the characters that I'm most excited about and hope for huge developments with is Sarada and Himawari from the new generation. And Boruto, because, I mean, all those trailers I've seen for the upcoming movie have been just hype as fuck. But Kishimoto learned how to do females. I mean, this little girl is basically the Gohan of Naruto at this particular point. And what I'm referring to is Gohan when he was younger, how he had that latent ability, and whenever he would get upset, he would full on fucking blow up with power. She activated Byakugan, knocked out her father, and was ready to even kill Boruto over a stuffed teddy bear that got ripped in this chapter when she's fighting with him. Which, by the way, cool to see sibling rivalry, but you gotta think, if she would do that, and she's that much of a monster that she was even going to go kill her brother that Naruto jumped in and she knocked him out, the potential is limitless for this girl. And I know I'm jumping ahead of myself with this one, but if we ever see the day where this generation gets to that point of eventually wanting to go for Hokage, I would love to see Himawari versus Sarada, with Boruto kind of trying to figure out, well, this is my little sister, but this is the girl that I like. What the fuck do I do? Because I mean, I think Himawari, like, when she's Sarada's age, she will be 1,000 times stronger than all of them. I mean, if she can unlock that hidden potential, that is Gohan right there, except hopefully she doesn't get into her studies and become a wimp. Ooh, them shots. Have you noticed in all the little specials and everything we've seen up until this point, granted I haven't seen Boruto Naruto the movie, but we haven't seen the Hyuga clan and their thoughts, like, you know, Hinata's father, for example, the grandfather, on these kids. I wonder if there's a distance and they're, like, kind of distancing themselves from them because Hinata went out and got with someone else and, you know, what he thought of her and everything, like he looked down on her and whatnot. I'm curious to see what the relationship is like with them, with the Hyuga side and Hinata's father. Like, does he just say fuck them, or what's up with that? And I mean, overall, the chapter was a fun little chapter. Granted, it was over a stuffed animal, and at the end of the day, it's Naruto not showing up for his Hokage induction, which in a way it's kind of disappointing because this is like his lifelong dream, and finally, you know, getting the Hokage robe and the attire or whatever and celebrating in front of everybody, he missed it. And if I'm correct, that was Konohamaru that took his place. Yeah, weird. And in a way, that's kind of a little like, what the fuck? Naruto wasn't there to reap the benefits at the very given moment. So a little bit disappointing there, but I mean, just the build-up, like, it feels like there's build-up, but we're unsure if there's ever going to be anything from that, and I'm like, fuck, because that's just cool to me, like, a little female Gohan. So yeah, nice little special, definitely gets me excited for hopefully some more somewhere, whatever happens, or whatever, you know what I'm saying? It's like, there needs to be more, man. There needs to be more. Well, let me know what you guys thought of this little Hokage chapter. What do you think about it? Were you disappointed that Naruto didn't get to show up? I think that's one of the things that kind of made me a little bit like, I really wish he would have been there, because it's been leading up until this, and then he's sleeping for it. Maybe they'll do a reinduction or some other celebration, I guess. And Himawari, like, do you think at some given point, if she continues on, she could potentially be stronger than everyone in this generation? Your overall thoughts of the chapter, I mean, again, this probably will be the last time. I know I keep saying that, but it feels like this is definitely going to be like the last time I review a Naruto chapter for a long time, because I don't really hear any announcements or anything of any further content. But it was fun for what it was, and Himawari for the motherfucking win. Her and Sarada for the next Hokage, baby. But that's all I have for this review. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed. If you liked anything I had to say or enjoyed the video, drop me a like. I'd greatly appreciate it. And if you haven't subscribed, if you could do so as well, that'd be amazing. I'm Finette World, and as always, people, have an awesome day.